Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and the Ultra League Premier Cup Classic Edition has finally returned. It just went live about an hour ago, and it's the Classic Edition, which means no XL Pokemon are allowed. For today, I wanted to test out WALREIN in the Ultra League Premier Cup because it appears to be an absolute force to be reckoned with in the meta. It does have some weaknesses. It definitely struggles against some counter users and certain steel types. Therefore, I paired it with TOXICROAK, a great anti-fighter and anti-steel, and went on an 8-3 run with the squad. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and let's take a look at WALREIN in action. Hopping to the first match, picking up a level 40 Skarmory lead. I was so confused when I saw that Skarmory because I was like, wait a minute, XLs are banned. But no, your eyes are not deceiving you. That is a level 40 Skarmory in the Ultra Premier Cup. They bring in Obstagoon and we are going for the Superpower. Superpower will be doing big damage, so they do decide to commit the shield. It looks like they're going for the farm down, so I will be able to get off a second Superpower. With the debuff, it will not KO, which is unfortunate, but on the bright side, we were able to get a shield, and their energy is completely useless against TOXICROAK. So we were able to bait out the counter user and get shield advantage, so now I'm hopeful that WALREIN will have a ton of play in the end game, and they have a level 40 Jellicent. So this opponent clearly missed Great League, so much so that even when XLs are banned, they built level 40 versions. With the shield advantage, we should actually be able to do pretty well here. We are going to be going for the Earthquake. Earthquake lands and does big damage on the Jellicent. Now this is a little tough as I may need to bait in order to outpace them to the third Shadow Ball. So I am going to shield, throw one more Powder Snow, and now we're going for the Icicle Spear bait. We are hoping against hope for the shield. We do get the shield, which is huge. Can we get to the Earthquake? We do. We're able to outpace them. Unfortunately, the Skarmory does have a decent amount of energy, so we may need to try and catch. We are going to farm up a decent amount. We're going for the Icicle Spear, and we have to be mindful of their energy. So I am going to throw a Powder Snow here, and then we are going to switch, and we catch. The question is, did we catch the Brave Bird? Come on, we did. That takes out the TOXICROAK, but now WALREIN is going to be able to outpace. We're going to be able to take out the Skarmory, and a bit of an interesting welcome back to the Ultra Premier Cup with Skarmory and Jellicent level 40s, but we're able to get the win. Picking up an absolutely nightmarish lead in the next match. Crobat into TOXICROAK. We safe switch into the Shadow Snorlax and we're met with yet another Obstagoon. So far the leads have been absolutely horrendous. And unfortunately this Obstagoon does have Cross Chop, which means after they land one Cross Chop, they can shield up the Superpower and commit to the farm down. On the bright side though, for me, that energy is completely useless against TOXICROAK. So I am going to wait my switch clock a bit, and then I'm going to commit to the farm down, since Night Slash is going to be doing basically no damage onto the TOXICROAK. We do get the counter through, which is very nice, as now they're not going to be able to reach a third move, as TOXICROAK will be able to farm down. Unfortunately, this energy isn't particularly useful against the Crobat, but this Sludge Bomb should get it a lot closer to Icicle Spear range, so that's a win. We bring in WALREIN, and they are not swapping out. This hopefully means they are weak to WALREIN in the back. We are going for the Icicle Spear. Icicle Spear is shielded. They're at a move. I'm pretty sure that this is just the Poison Fang, but I have to start shielding something. So I do shield up, and the final Pokemon is a WALREIN of their own. Unfortunately, being debuffed, and we did take a couple Air Slashes, we are in a bit of a rough spot here. As you can see, one Earthquake does not even come close to KOing, whereas this Earthquake, now that we're debuffed, should be getting us into the red. That does get us quite low. I'm able to bank a move, and we bring in TOXICROAK. I'm able to reset the debuff, which is very nice. They go for the Icicle Spear. That does take me out. And now I just need to shield up and overfarm quite a bit and just watch for the Crobat switch in. So they are just going for the Icicle Spear here. They bring in the Crobat and we're going for the Icicle Spear. This will be taking them out and then it's going to be a race. Can we get to the Earthquake? Are we able to get there? Yes, we are. We are going to be able to take out the opposing WALREIN. And despite back-to-back hard counter leads, we are able to get the win. All right, hopping to the next match. We have TOXICROAK into... Oh no, I went into the wrong league. We have TOXICROAK into Giratina. You have got to be kidding me. This is absolutely terrible. We are going to tank the Dragon Claw. They bring in Empoleon, and you know what? I'm going to try and play it out. We're going to be going for the Superpower. Superpower will be doing a nice amount of damage. They do get the shield. We're trying to get to the Superpower there. Unfortunately, we lose CMP. They should be one over. So it should take them 4 waterfalls to get to the drill peck. And I should win the CMP tie, so I'm going to throw as soon as I get the move. I don't want to have to commit the shield. So we're going to throw right here to take them out. We have shield advantage, and now let's see if WALREIN can clutch it in the Open Ultra League. We bring in WALREIN, and they're keeping in the Giratina. So this makes me think that they could be weak to WALREIN in the back. Going for the Icicle Spear. It lands, it does a solid chunk of damage, and they have Talonflame in the back. Talonflame is not a good matchup for WALREIN, but up a shield, this is a matchup we can actually win. We will have to start shielding. We have the 2 shields. We need to start using them at some point because these Incinerates, when they ramp up, will be doing some big damage. I throw 2 Powder Snows and we're going for the Icicle Spear. This one, I am expecting to get the shield since it would put them into farm down range. Here, I should be in a pretty decent spot where I should be able to pretty safely overfarm since the Talonflame is not close to a move. So we are going to overfarm until 1 before the back-to-back. We are going for the Icicle Spear. Icicle Spear takes out the Talonflame. Back in comes the Giratina. We're going to be able to take them out with an Icicle Spear. So we accidentally went into the wrong league and we're still able to get the win. Let's go. All right, hopping to the next match. TOXICROAK into Crustle. This is an incredible lead. Keeping switch alignment will be very, very useful in this match. They save switch into Trevenant, and I'm going to bring in the safer of the 2 options, which is the Shadow Snorlax. Shadow Snorlax able to apply a lot of lick damage in this matchup, which is great. Unfortunately, I will probably have to go down a shield to maintain switch, but I have such a dominant matchup up front that I view this as 100% okay. Because Crustle can do absolutely nothing to TOXICROAK. So I am going to shield this up. We should be able to lick down, and then we will leave with a decent amount of energy. And hopefully if they try and go for a farm down, we'll be able to get to back-to-back superpowers against the Crustle and be getting that low as well. Opponent is waiting out the switch clock. They bring in Crustle, and we are just shy of the back-to-back superpowers. Going for the first superpower. Able to land. The opponent brings in their own WALREIN, and we're going for a second superpower. This will be doing some solid damage if it lands, which it does, and now we're going to bring in our own WALREIN, and it appears... I thought that was a bit late for a catch, but apparently we caught an Icicle Spear there. So you know what? That works out pretty well for me. And you know what? No baiting around here. We are just going to be going straight for the Earthquakes. As at this point, we can just save our shield for TOXICROAK. And TOXICROAK will be in a very, very strong position to close out this match. They go for the Earthquake. That does a lot of damage. This should just be the Icicle Spear, so I don't have to shield this, and I will pretty easily survive. Double resisted. They bring in the Crustle, and I panic throw the Icicle Spear. Doesn't really help or hurt me. We actually get the shield though, which is great. Now we bring in TOXICROAK, and this is such a dominating matchup. We don't have to shield a thing. We'll be able to farm all the way down, and then we're going to be able to Sludge Bomb the opposing WALREIN for the win. TOXICROAK farming down, able to get off the Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb will be doing more than enough to take out the Shadow WALREIN, and that's a good game. All right, hopping to the next match. We have TOXICROAK into WALREIN. Pretty nice lead. The opponent save switches into Shadow Gallade, and we counter swap into our WALREIN. Shadow Gallade is a bit of a scary thing to see with this team. The back Pokemon both do have pretty decent matchups, as of course Snorlax, able to hit for super effective with Lick, and WALREIN just straight up outpaces Gallade. I decide to go into the WALREIN because I want to apply a lot of pressure in this matchup if at all possible. We are able to get them low, which is very nice, and they should not be able to get to another move. So we did have to go down a shield, but we're able to keep switch, and we're still healthy enough where the opposing WALREIN is not going to be able to farm us down. We are going for the Earthquake. This will be doing a solid chunk of damage if it lands, which it does. That gets it about 40% damage there, which is nice. Very precise counting by my opponent as they overfarm just the correct amount. They go for the Earthquake to take me out. I am going to bring in the TOXICROAK. I should be able to get to the Mud Bomb. We're able to get there, and then I'm going to try and catch the Earthquake onto the Shadow Snorlax. So we go for the Mud Bomb, that gets shielded, we go one more, we try and catch, they don't throw, and they bring in Venusaur. Venusaur as the final Pokemon. So I think the win con here is the Venusaur taking me out, but me being able to get it into a range where I can farm it down, or at the very least farm up to 2 Mud Bombs to win the CMP tie over WALREIN. They go for the Frenzy Plant, and here I make a mistake. I should have tried to let them take me out. Instead, I take them out, and as you watch, incredible energy management by my opponent as they reach the Icicle Spear here, And if you're at exactly 100 energy, you can hold an Icicle Spear and an Earthquake. Incredibly well played by my opponent, and they are able to get the win out of a pretty bad lead for them. Hopping to the next match, picking up a pretty rough lead, Toxicroak into Trevenant, and there's a bunch of desync at the start. I'm going to try, and it looks like we are able to hopefully catch the Shadow Ball, which we are, onto our Shadow Snorlax. So we're able to waste a ton of energy from Trevenant. In comes the Swampert. Pretty neutral matchup in terms of typings, but Swampert is able to win simply just by outpacing the Snorlax, as they'll be able to reach the 2 Hydro Cannons needed to take me out before I'm able to reach the 2 Body Slams. As you can see, very nice counting by the opponent, over-farming as much as they can, throwing the second Hydro Cannon, that will take me out. At this point, I'm looking to 1 shield farm down. I don't really want to take the damage on Toxicroak, but I can leave with a lot of energy and hopefully be able to start launching Sludge Bombs at the Trevenant. Sludge Bomb doesn't one-shot by any means, it's only neutral, but it will be doing quite a bit of chip damage. We are going for the first Sludge Bomb, farming up, able to get to the second Sludge Bomb. Will they decide to let this go? This will be getting them low. They do commit the shield. So I'm just going to stay in, force them to throw a Seed Bomb, and then trust in WALREIN with shield advantage. So we are going to let that go. Trevenant, staying in. It looked like they banked a move, and they bring in their own WALREIN. I do have a shield, but it's going to be a difficult decision as to where to use it. Because I did take some Shadow Claw damage, so 2 Earthquakes will actually KO me here. So I am going to let the first one through. They don't bait, which makes quite a bit of sense. And this second Earthquake will barely not KO them, and I'm going to have to try and farm down. This is going to get a little tough. They do go for the Earthquake. We are farming up as much as possible. I am going to commit the shield. Do they decide to bait? They do decide to bait, and they're going for a second one. I do survive the Icicle Spear, but the worry is their switch clock up? I try and press the button, but they're able to snipe with the Trevenant. Oh, we were almost able to fight back from that tough lead. Unfortunately, we do not win the game. Hopping to the next match, and it looks like we do get a do-over as there's another Trevenant lead. We get more desync at the start. I try and catch, unfortunately no such luck, and our Shadow Snorlax is met with an Obstagoon. The question is, are they running Cross Chop? They are. I'm going to try and play this matchup a little differently. I'm thinking maybe if I bait and get the shield, if they try and farm down, I should be able to reach a superpower. But the Mad Lad calls it. They actually no shield, and then so I don't get to a second move, they decide to empty their energy. I do definitely want to wait my switch clock here. I will be able to counter down with Toxicroak and get an energy lead, which is nice, but getting that shield advantage would have been quite nice, and I was not able to get it. We can easily tank that. They get the last second boost. Doesn't really help them out too much. Back in comes Trevenant, and we are going for the Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb will be doing some pretty significant damage if it lands, which it does. They allow us to get to a Mud Bomb. I'm going to throw it, and hopefully they've lost count. They did lose count as they do commit the shield, and it's a CMP tie. Toxicroak wins a lot of useful CMP ties. We bring in WALREIN. They're able to reach a move, but I don't think they're at back-to-back. So hopefully the Trevenant should not be able to reach another move in the game, and they have a Lowland Muck in the back. Now is not the time for baiting. We are going straight for the Earthquake, hoping for the no shield, which we get. And from here, we are in a commanding position to close out the match. We can tank a Dark Pulse. Not worried about that whatsoever. WALREIN is extremely bulky, and now we just farm up to 2, but we end up being able to farm down before we're able to do so, and we are able to overcome a Trevenant lead. Hopping to the final match, leading Toxicroak into Kanto Muck. This is definitely a bit of an awkward matchup, as both of our fast moves are resisted, and we have to throw our non-stab charge moves as our preferred move in this fight. They, of course, going for the neutral Thunder Punch, and I'm going for these super effective Mud Bombs. I do want to try and preserve the Toxicroak in case there's a fighter in the back, so we save switch into the Snorlax, and it just so happens there is an Obstagoon. They go for the Night Slash. Maybe they don't have Cross Chop. I am going to try and bait. Unfortunately, I tried it last time. Didn't work out too well for me. This time, we are able to get the shield. We're trying for the superpower. Unfortunately, they throw just before we get there. But the nice thing here is we were able to get a shield advantage, so I should be able to shield once with Toxicroak and counter all the way down and leave with a ton of energy loaded in case they bring back in that Kanto Muck. We are going to leave with over 2 Mud Bombs. I'm basically spam pressing the Mud Bomb, and they decide to bring in their third, which is Crobat. Now we're going to bring in WALREIN. WALREIN able to get to the charge moves so quickly, and we're going to be able to apply a ton of pressure onto the Crobat. Able to get the Crobat very low. This should just be a Poison Fang, so I can just let this go. It is the Poison Fang, and now in comes the Kanto Muck. I am going to commit the shield. Thunder Punch would not be taking me out as I am very, very bulky, but it would be getting me low. We are going to be able to trade shields. Now the question is, can we get there? We just get outpaced. We should still be able to survive a Thunder Punch at this range. As I mentioned, WALREIN is very beefy. We bring in TOXICROAK and we're able to farm up to the back-to-back Mud Bombs. The question is the Crobat in Mud Bomb range? We go for the Mud Bomb. Is TOXICROAK going to be a Crobat counter? Yes, it is. We're able to take out the Crobat, and that is a good game. All in all, I had some really, really good sets with this team. My biggest issue with it was honestly just going into the wrong league, so make sure you're actually going into the Ultra Premier Cup. But this team did feel quite strong. TOXICROAK and WALREIN do form a very, very nice core. And honestly, there were a lot of teams that were very unprepared for TOXICROAK. And once you're able to get the fighter out of the way, WALREIN is an incredible closer. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. And we have finally released merch. I do have the design on screen, and I will have a link to our merch shop in the description. Definitely go check it out, as we've got some good stuff in there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.